E aloha ho kako. E avau me Dustin Palos, ma Kaʻehu. Aloha ho welcome. We're here with Dustin Palos, and he's going to be discussing and sharing knowledge on land restoration. So, first off, just introduce yourself, Ho'olauna, and what is something that guided you to this, I don't want to say profession, but maybe kuleana, and maybe some of your interest or background that supports your kuleana and the work that you do with our aina and with our keiki.
Aloha, my name is Dustin Palos. I was born and raised here on Maui, in the moku of Wailuku since third grade. So this is part of my home and my wahi. In the early years, just like our typical generation, we were raised more Western or Americanized, and not so much culture or aina involved with our daily lifestyles. I wasn't raised Hawaiian per se, more Americanized or American. I got into the aina about 12 years ago with the ka'apuni that they had around Maui with Ke'omoku Kapu. Participated twice with that ka'apuni and really got to connect and feel our kupuna and the different wahi around Maui. So that definitely ignited my fire to get involved with the aina and lahui-based programs.
So, I know you're going to school. What are some of the courses, even if it's information or guidance to our youth? Like, what are some of the courses you're taking to support this aina-based kuleana that you currently are involved with?
Recently, I just graduated with my liberal arts, just taking basic STEM classes, science, technology, electronic, mathematics. And it is challenging, you know, in a world never-ending and never-changing environment and world, especially here in Hawaii. We have lots of challenges, food security and learning our culture. Like I mentioned earlier, we weren't too exposed to culture or being Hawaiian in our generation. Lots of opportunities are available now for the youth. And just that whole academia part, we live in a world that is Western based, so we do need to keep up with Western based and Hawaiian based culture, reinforcing that Hawaiianness in us.
Yeah, mahalo for saying
But
that.
water quality actually brought us here to Kaʻehu. I was involved with two cohorts at UHMC testing the water quality parameters and trying to find out and find new sources of vai or ki'i that we can open up or restore, because these wetlands are very important to protecting our coast
Yeah,
and the
mahalo.
future refrigerators for the future generations.
What are some of the other projects or some of the other restoration efforts, you know, that you bring here at Kaʻehu? Also, what are some of the things that you share with the community or the youth here at Kaʻehu?
Again, being blessed with a lot of different resources and sites like Hokunui. And at the UHMC College, we have a project called Ka'uluwehi, which is ethnobotanical restoration project that has at least 100 different varieties of plants, la'au, ethno uses or uses of plants, medicine, or fabrics or materials that can be used for culture and non-cultural uses. Being exposed to different reserves and preserves like Kaho'olawe. I've been blessed to be there for 3 years with the Kaho'olawe Island Reserve Commission, as well as different DLNR entities like the Natural Area Resources System at Ahiki Na'u. Also got to work at Maui Invasive Species, learning about the invasive species that threaten our Hawaiian watersheds and coastal environments. And then most recently, the East Maui Watershed Partnership, which consists of 120,000 or so acres on East Maui, on the slopes of Haleakala, protecting the last and the first created watershed partnership that is home to many of the endangered endangered birds, flora, fauna, bugs, and bees.
Yeah, wow. All right. So what is in land restoration? What is the most first of all the most important thing for you to either share or highlight, and then what is the most interesting thing to you? What do you personally love about land restoration?
It's more important for the future generations and the youth to know and experience some of these Aina-based ike, because again, we weren't past. A lot of my ike was not taught to me by Kanaka. A lot of the ike I received was science part is from foreigners and from academias, not in Hawaiian studies, more in the STEM field. So I would like to see the future generations incorporate STEM and culture, because our kupunas were the best STEM people out of many other peoples around the world, traveling across the vast Pacific Ocean with knowing that they needed to bring their mea'ai and their resources with them, because who knows what kind of aina or places that they would come to that had or had not had or had no food resources.
So he leo mahalo kia ia o ko pakahia pau no ka hui ana, no ka ho'ona nea pū ana me mākou, no ka ho'oka ike, no ka ho'olohe ana I ka ike Hawaii o kia mau Kumu. Mahalo nui for all of you tuning in with us throughout these past days and really, engaging in the ike that has been shared from all these wonderful mentor and Kumu of Maui, of Hawaii. He leo mahalo keia, again, mahalo to Kaʻehu, again, mahalo to all the people who shared and engaged with us in our keiki and our community. And again, this is encouragement to all you folks to find that space in your own community to learn, to engage, to share, to create relationships with Aina and with people and learn more and share more in the culture, in the Aina. And I'm so happy to be able to share with you folks today and throughout these past days. So mahalo piha ia o ko pakahia pau o wau no o ka hakuriti kamara. Ma Kaʻehu a hui hou launa pū ho kākou I ke kahila. A hui hou.